Semi-Pro Football League. Feel the passion, feel the vibe. Leveraging football to transform lives. St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League. Let's go! One shot to create your greatness. It's your time to make your name. It's more than just a way of life. This is more than just a game. This is one more reason why we unite with each other. So here comes one more season. This is football to unite the world. When we come alive, we just excite the world. Celebrate emotions and ignite the world. Let's make sure everybody knows it's the Semi-Pro League and this is what we love. Let's go! Oh, 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 this is what we love. Oh, 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 this is what we love. Let's play. Oh, 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 this is what we love. This is a beautiful game and this is what we love. St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League. Leveraging football to transform lives.
Get ready because the Semi-Professional Football League playoffs are here! Feel the rush, live the intensity, and catch all the action as 8 district leagues face off for glory! It's happening under the lights of the Demi-Plane Field from 6:30 p.m. Saturday, October 19th, first qualifier. In Tier 2, South Castries takes on Aspirations. In Tier 1, Castries Central battles Grosole. On Sunday 20th, the Eliminator. In Tier 2, Roseau clashes with VIEUX. In Tier 1, Denry squares off against Leclerc. The road to championship continues on October 23rd, and it all culminates with the epic finale on October 26th. Tickets are just $20 or grab a weekend pass for $30. Don't miss your chance to witness history at the first ever SPFL Championships.
Yes, he's round the last defender, onto his right foot, and it's a goal!
My journey as a player has helped me a lot in many different ways. One, starting off at the age of 15 on the national team to where I am right now at the senior national team level. It has helped me with discipline, organization, timing, because all of these things play a lot of role with your diet and all what has to be done on a regular basis for football preparation, mindset. And these things play a big role in your life also. When you go have a job or when you're at the start of your normal day, time, punctuality, all of these things come in a big role. So I must say football has helped me out a lot in many different ways.
What sets me apart is that I'm very versatile. When called upon, I can play many positions except for goalie. Coming from the community of Soufrière, we had struggles with getting players to play due to some players still working. So sometimes I'll have to play centre back, midfield, strike, wing. Yeah, so I think basically I'm pretty comfortable.
And he scores!
Physically, I dedicate myself to training. Mentally, I pray when I wake up in the morning and I prepare myself on a daily basis to go to training.
What I'm excited for making the last cut of the national team is, you know, my hard work and determination throughout my training to semi-pro, playing for my club and my district. I put in the effort and the hard work, so I just want to reap the benefits to be on the national team once again, just to represent my country.
Specific areas of my game I'm focused on improvement is finishing, decision making, and being out in the camp and confident. Once I work on that, I'll be a better player. My most challenging part of this journey, it has been work and the company training every single day. That's the most challenging part about it. To overcome it, it was a mindset. Someday I wake up early in the morning, do what I gotta do half of my work and come here and put in my 100% every single day. This is how I overcame this challenge.
And he scores! It's a really big chance!
When I found out that I made it to the national men's senior team trials, I was a bit happy, and the first thing that came to my mind is that I'm going to a higher level of football and that I need to raise my level. And yeah, that was a big goal to me.
This controls and a chance.
And there's a shot and a goal!
My inspiration is CR7. He's my role model ever since I've been a young boy. The reason he's my role model is because of his work ethic, his professionalism, his desire to get what he wants by working hard. So I try to emulate that the best I can by doing the same, putting in the work to achieve my goals, my objective.
Our final score there, 2-0, but there were other opportunities. Leon going at a hat-trick last game. What a save by Archibald. I mean, there was just no quit in either side, and there is an opportunity.
Representing my country on a national level means everything to me. It is the greatest honor for me as a player. I've represented my clubs, my community from a young child, from under 15 to under 17, under 19, and on the national level for the senior team is the highest level you can possibly reach. I aspire to play against the highest level, the best players. That's where you challenge yourself and really get to know what you're about. If you're as good a player as you think you are, I am very excited for it to join the senior players, just get a feel for the environment, and travel and play for my country.
Great move, he scores!
For my team to succeed, I plan on making every minute on the pitch count towards goal contribution.
It's been a great experience being here on the national team. I came in when I was 19 years old, when Portston came in. I've been working with a lot of the pro fellows from overseas. They've helped me a lot, not just as a player, but as a human. So it's been a great experience.
I will fit into the national team playing style because I always try to listen to what the coach say. I try my best. Even after I got now, I still restrict about the position where I have to play so I can just suit the coach style and what he wants from us.
I turned to under the pressure at competing at such a high level by staying calm and believing in my ability to do what I know I can do on the field, in the playing field.
That shot on goal.
What sets me apart from the other players, I believe, is the willingness to train and become and compete with other players. Because some players feel like to just come here is just easy, but when they come, it's a different experience. They cannot handle the pressure, cannot handle the training, but you have to be determined.
Growing up as a footballer, this was my dream, to become part of the main national side. But throughout the years, it wasn't too much because about the coaches and stuff, but we finally got a coach who I believe that could take me to the next step.
Number of bodies back to the top of the box. And it is a goal.
My advice to the young players who are interested in joining the national side is to believe in themselves and never stop working.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
This is the Semi-Pro Football League. Feel the passion, feel the vibe. Leveraging football to transform lives. St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League. Let's go! One shot to create your greatness. It's your time to make your name. It's more than just a way of life. This is more than just a game. This is one more reason why we unite with each other. So here comes one more season. This is football to unite the world. When we come alive, we just excite the world. Celebrate emotions and ignite the world. Let's make sure everybody knows it's the Semi-Pro League and this is what we love. Let's go. Oh, 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 this is what we love. Oh, 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 this is what we love. Let's play. Oh, 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 this is what we love. This is a beautiful game and this is what we love. St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League. Leveraging football to transform lives.
Get ready because the Semi-Professional Football League playoffs are here! Feel the rush, live the intensity, and catch all the action as 8 district leagues face off for glory! It's happening under the lights of the Demi-Playing Field from 6:30 p.m. Saturday, October 19th, first qualifier. In Tier 2, South Castries takes on Aspirations. In Tier 1, Castries Central battles Grosole. On Sunday 20th, the Eliminator. In Tier 2, Roseau clashes clashes with Beaufort. In Tier 1, Denry squares off against Leclerc. The road to championship continues on October 23rd, and it all culminates with the epic finale on October 26th. Tickets are just $20 or grab a weekend pass for $30. Don't miss your chance to witness history at the first ever SPFL Championships.
Yes, he's round the last defender, onto his right foot. Oh, it's a goal!
My journey as a player has helped me a lot in many different ways. One, starting off at the age of 15 on the national team to where I am right now at the senior national team level. It has helped me with discipline, organization, timing, because all of these things play a lot of role with your diet and all what has to be done on a regular basis for football preparation, mindset. And these things play a big role in your life also. When you go have a job, or when you're at the start of your normal day, time, punctuality, all of these things come in a big role. So I must say football has helped me out a lot in many different ways.
What sets me apart is that I'm very versatile. When called upon, I can play many positions except for goalie. And coming from the community of Soufrière, we had struggles with getting players to play due to some players still working. So sometimes I'll have to play centre back, midfield, strike, wing. Yeah, so I think basically I'm pretty comfortable.
And he scores!
Physically, I dedicate myself to training. Mentally, I pray when I wake up in the morning, and I prepare myself on a daily basis to go to training.
What I'm excited for making the last cut of the national team is, my hard work and determination throughout my training to semi-pro, playing for my club and my district. I put in the effort and the hard work, so I just want to reap the benefits to be on the national team once again, just to represent my country.
Specific areas of my game I'm focused on improving is finishing, decision making, and being able to be calm and confident. Once I work on that, I'll be a better player. My most challenging part of this journey, it has been work and to come to training every single day. That's the most challenging part about it. To overcome it, it was a mindset. Someday I'll come in the morning, do what I gotta do half of my work and come here and put in my 100% every single day. This is how I overcame this challenge.
And he scores! Here, it's a really big chance!
When I found out that I made it to the national men's senior team trials, I was a bit happy, and the first thing that came to my mind is that I'm going to a higher level of football and that I need to raise my level. Yeah, that was a big goal to me.
This controls and a chance.
And there's a shot and a goal!
My inspiration is CR7. He's my role model ever since I've been a young boy. The reason he's my role model is because of his work ethic, his professionalism, his desire to get what he wants by working hard. So I try to emulate that the best I can by doing the same, putting in the work to achieve my goals, my objective.
Our final score there, 2-0, but there were other opportunities. Polion going had a hat-trick last game. What a save by Archibald. I mean, there was just no quit in either side, and there is an opportunity.
Representing my country on a national level means everything to me. It is the greatest honor for me as a player. I've represented my clubs, my community, from a young child, from under 15 to under 17, under 19, and on the national level for the senior team is the highest level you can possibly reach. I aspire to play against the highest level, the best players. That's where you challenge yourself and really get to know what you're about if you're as good a player as you think you are. I am very excited for it to join the senior players, just get a feel for the environment, and travel and play for my country.
Great move, he scores!
For my team to succeed, I plan on making every minute on the pitch count towards goal contribution.
It's been a great experience being here on the national team. I came in when I was 19 years old when Folkestone came in. I've been working with a lot of the pro fellows from overseas. They've helped me a lot, not just as a player but as a human. So it's been a great experience.
I will fit into the national team playing style because I always try to listen to what the coach say. I try my best. Even after I got now, I still restrict about the position where I have to play so I can just suit the coach style and what he wants from us. Listen to what the coach to the national team playing style because I always try to listen to what the coach say. I try my best. Even after I got now, I still restrict about the position where I have to play so I can just suit the coach style and what he wants from us.
I plan to handle the pressure at compete at such a high level by staying calm and believing in my ability to do what I know I can do on the field, in the playing field.
That shot on goal table.
What sets me apart from the other players, I believe, is the willingness to train and to come and compete with other players. Because some players feel like to just come here is just easy, but when they come, it's a different experience. They cannot handle the pressure, cannot handle the training, but you have to be determined.
Growing up as a footballer, this was my dream, to become part of the main national side. But throughout the years, it wasn't too much because about the coaches and stuff, but we finally got a coach who I believe that could take me to the next step.
Number of bodies back to the top of the box. And it is a goal.
My advice to the young players who are interested in joining the national side is to believe in themselves and never stop working.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
What a save there. Yeah, very much so. Save there from the custodian in goal, Maynard Antoine, for South Castries. I think it was a penalty there from VIEUX South. It looks to me like Trent Alexander who took this penalty there. We just witnessed a save there.
Well, it's all action. Even before we could start off the commentary, it's all action. But let me say good evening from the Dignitary playing field.
As a beautiful cross whipped in Javek McFarlane.
Of course, today is the day.
Yeah, we're bringing down the curtains.
Today is the day when two teams promoted to Tier 2 in the inaugural Semi-Pro Football League settle a little score of Tier 2 champions.
Yes, of course. You're witnessing South Castries decked in the red and black coming up against VIEUX South in the green and white. Before we move off, let me give you the first 11 of the two teams. South Castries, decked in red. Number 1 is Maynard Antoine. Number 10, Rashad Eugene. Number 13 is Killan Harry. Number 7, Kendall Harry. Number 18, Michael James. Nai Henry wearing number 3. Number 4 is Kevin Joseph. Kimran Mondesi. Number 2 is Christian Pierre. Number 5, Kennedy Willie is number 17. And number 9 is Claude Eliard, their coach. Minerva Charles, assistant coach Chauvin Benjamin, and manager is Tenali Joseph, physio Nigel Biro. The first 11 for VIEUX South. Number 8 is Trent Alexander. Number 10, Noah Nicholas. Number 12 is Kimlan Mason. Number 14, Jevick McFarlane. Kimani John is wearing the number 1. Alec Joseph, number 4. Moses Henry, number 11. Bafami Poyot, number 19. Number 13 is Jose Mathre. Bashan Classy wearing the number 6. Kendall Clark wearing number 3. Head coach is Jamil Joseph Alvin Poyot is assistant. Chanel St. Louis is manager. The goalkeeping coach is Danroy Maffrey, and the physio is Nisa Octave. Very early we witnessed VIEUX South getting a penalty, which was saved there by Maynard Antoine.
Was that Moses Henry that took the spot kick?
I don't think it's Moses Henry. It looks to me I don't know. Moses Henry and this guy there, they're wearing the same color boots. Is it Moses Henry or? Yeah, I think it was Moses Henry because he and Trent Alexander wears the same color boots. It was Moses Henry.
Lucky as well.
Yeah. He has an orange boot. Yeah, orange
neon
boots.
orange boots.
Yeah, it was Moses Henry.
But the kick, not really a quality kick. Hard, yes, but perfect height and still way too close to the goalkeeper for it to really bother him. Once he guessed right, he pretty much had it covered.
Still early days, very early in the game. Maybe that penalty kick came a little bit too early, but it's the finals. And of course, you need to take your chances in the finals. VIEUX South gifted an early penalty kick there and not being able to take advantage of that. Will it come back to haunt them?
In the first half, that's of our Super League Tier 2 finals that you see in the picture there. The defender, that's Kimran Mondesi, to take the corner for South Castries. Ball coming in very dangerously there. Well, in control there is Kevin Joseph trying to do his thing. No problems there.
And you can hear that the appreciative crowd there of that bit of skill.
Shout the national win, as you would always say. It's not a national win.
It's ours. It belongs to us.
McFarlane.
It's native to St. Lucia.
Yeah. McFarlane is trying to dance around his man. Very dangerous. Oh, good block. My Henry.
Probably just one touch too many there for McFarlane. He had 2 men across in the center of the box. He had already beaten 2 defenders. I thought definitely the moment to have a quick layoff, and he could have really affected some issues there for the South Castries defense.
Yeah, very much true. He went through Christian Pierre and Kimran Mondesi, and it was Nai Henry putting a stop to this one. Again, you see Nai in action. Obafemi Poyot goes up. Nicholas is giving chase.
And that very bad pass there from the goalkeeper. McFarlane with it again. And again, he's going to cause problems. This time, he tries to cut it back, and he does. But it doesn't get any further than the center of the box.
A clearance there from Pierre.
so far the South Castries defense has been holding up, but they've been under pressure almost from the whistle.
VIEUX South, I think, are highly motivated gentlemen. They would be playing for Emmanuel Bellas. They've said so on many an occasion, and I think they will be up for it. South Castries, they've been off for a week now. Maybe that might play into the hands of them having to find their feet in the game a little bit, as opposed to VIEUX South, who would have played just Wednesday. So probably a little bit better oiled in terms of the VIEUX South machine. As we see that corner coming in there, not threatening the goal of Maynard Antoine.
Yes, very true in speaking. Most probably they had much more time to rest and to heal their wounds. South Castries. Oh, but Fami Poyot is putting in this one straight into the keeper's grasp. And against some suicide attempt there from Keelan Harry.
And Maynard Antoine has had to come up on a couple of occasions to the rescue of South Castries. First, that penalty kick. I mean, Terry making mention that it was not the ideal penalty, but it still needed some saving, a shot on target, and then another shot on target there by VIEUX South. Well saved down low by Maynard Antoine.
And remember that we were speaking earlier on tonight, and you picked him as your Super League.
I think he's probably the best goalkeeper in the league. Yeah,
right.
I think so. Yeah.
Very much said so. Very much so. Well said indeed.
You know, it's hard to believe we're only 10 minutes into this game. It's basically been action all the way through.
If I didn't look at the clock and you asked me, I would say it was 5 minutes because it's been non-stop. Of course, I think VIEUX South has had the better of the exchanges thus far from an attacking sense. Of course, we did see a little bit of skill there from South Castries a little while ago in the middle of the park. But so far, they've not been able to trouble the VIEUX South custodian, that being Kimani John.
Yes, very true. Kimani John has remained poised for the moment.
But gentlemen, the nature of football, you don't take your chances, be they half chances or even quarter chances. You don't take your opportunities, and your defense maybe not getting tested at all. As we see an incident ensuing in the middle of the pitch, it's going to be a VIEUX free kick. But if VIEUX does face any adversity, it'll be interesting to see how they respond, because they have not had really any attacks on their goal as yet.
As we mentioned earlier on, we are just 11 minutes into the game, so anything can happen. Moses on the far side, finding his man. Some good touches on the ball. Ball is back into the defensive third of VIEUX South with their keeper, Kimani John.
VIEUX South definitely look like the more cohesive of the two teams early on in this match in terms of their ball possession, being able to string passes together and create some sort of meaningful attack. As we see the ball lofted over the goalkeeper there, the flag stays down. It's the opening goal of the match.
Obafemi Poyot just looping this one over Maynard Antoine and opening the scoring. Just as you mentioned earlier on, VIEUX has the venom in pushing forward here tonight.
Well, I would have thought that the South Castries rear guard would have been slightly deeper, taking into account the position of the free kick. I felt that they were a little bit high up the pitch, probably trying to squeeze the play a bit, but leaving space in behind and allowing the attackers, well, it was two of them that got in behind there. Of course, Obafemi Poyot, the one putting it away. But I think a little bit of an error in judgment there by the guys from South Castries.
The timing of that, the run though from Poyot, really spot on. He really outfoxed the defensive unit, and he was able to just get that nice little lob in, and of course open the scoring for VIEUX. So we talked about not making your chances count. We are now still in the first 15 minutes of the contest, and Obafemi Poyot is the goal scorer for VIEUX South, putting them up 1-0. And there they come on the attack once again.
Once again, and Noah Nicholas. Oh, and it's a second goal, and VIEUX South is running rampant there early on in this contest. Moses Henry tucking that one in on the back post.
Yeah, very dangerous ball coming in there. It was Trent Alexander bringing this one across. I think Noah missed it on, and it was like Moses Henry on the back end to tuck this one home.
And again, Javik McFarlane starting that move there in the midfield with the ball to Alexander. And then, of course, the cross going to Moses Henry for a 2-0 VIEUX advantage.
Yeah, it seems to me that VIEUX is wanting it more here tonight.
VIEUX South, they definitely mean business. Of course, highly motivated. They've said on several occasions they're playing for their league president, inspirational coach Emmanuel Bellas. And you could see the desire and the hunger in this VIEUX team, but I hate to use the term, but South Castries seem to be in 6s and 7s. They're just all over the place early on in this contest. Uncharacteristic, you might want to say, of them, but I do recall in the first qualifier against Ancillary, they sort of started off in a similar manner, where they were not as composed. It was a choppy sort of first half between Ancillary and the South Castries, and we've seen much the same here, but this time they're down 2 goals, and it's going to be an ask. It's a final. It's going to be an ask for them to come back from this one.
Yeah, very true indeed. It looks to me like Cushion Pierre from South Castries and the custodian in goal for VIEUX. That's Kimani John.
Kimani John, yeah.
In some kind of a discomfort there. Cushion is back to his feet. The keeper most probably had much of it though. He's been monitored there by the man in the middle with the whistle, and of course his players. I see Kimlan Mason around him.
Pretty much a minute between those 2 goals, gentlemen. And VIEUX went from having the bulk of possession, having the bulk of the attack, to taking the lead and then doubling the lead.
Of the scoring. And there they come again.
Having the
and then the ball swung in. Javik McFarlane on the end of that into the box. Appealing there for a handball, but I would never come against Karim Mondesi. Proximity and hands down next to his side. McFarlane in an offside position there.
Maybe this, I think, was an occasion where McFarlane should have taken on the defense. You have Mondesi. Mondesi is not exactly the smallest of fellows, and also not necessarily the most mobile. That's somebody you might want to try to just take on one-on-one and see what you can create.
Nai Henry going up with the head, well controlled again by Lucky on the chest. Lucky in the middle of the park is looking for his man, finding him again, and he's trying to keep this one in play there. Doing so.
Excellent work.
He and Moses Henry on the far side have some good possession of the ball again. Ball coming in there over the transversal. There's no nonsense here tonight from VIEUX. We realize a burst of fury there from the defensive third of VIEUX. I think it was Kendall Clark coming in. He was stopped.
I'll tell you something. If South Castries, don't get a grip on things soon, we could see a rout here in the final.
And they was just trying to keep this ball in play there.
Yeah, but the press already telling for VIEUX the South Castries players are really not equal to the task. They're losing their composure, and of course, whilst losing their composure, certainly losing the ball. They haven't been able to string anything really together thus far in the game. 13 minutes in, 14 minutes in, 2-0 up. It's now heading towards the 20th minutes of the contest, and South Castries searching for answers and really desperately in need of answers at this stage.
Monley Daisy looking for his players moving forward there, but only to meet the VIEUX defense. A good control there on the far end. VIEUX again in defense, back to the keeper. Well controlled and not properly brought down. Then the whistle of Kevin Antoine went, sporting an infringement on the far side. Moses Henry was impeded. Kimlan Mason on this one. Listen it forward. The header over Mondesi went. Obafemi Poyot again. And this one was just helped over the line there by the dreadlocks man, Nai Henry.
Well, it would be remiss of me if I don't mention that South Castries went unbeaten during the season. 5 wins and 3 draws, albeit 2 of those wins would have come as a result of forfeiture. But they also only conceded 5 goals.
That's what I was going to come to.
Yeah, so they've almost conceded half of their entire quota throughout the regular season within the first 15 minutes of this contest.
You know, there's you can over analyze, gentlemen, and over rely on statistics, but this evening I don't think South Castries has been able to string together as many as 5 passes in a row, whereas VIEUX has done that on multiple occasions. VIEUX has been really controlling the midfield. They've been totally on top of this contest.
And again, finding space down the flanks. We saw that in their previous encounter, them finding spaces down the flanks. It was a combination of Moses Henry and Jovic McFarlane in the last encounter, and we've seen that similar pattern again.
Yeah, very true indeed. As it's in the channels, and I just saw this one was a touch. McFarlane.
Well, he was offside. I don't think by much, but the flag on the far side is up. And this VIEUX team, Jamel Joseph talks about the youth of the VIEUX team, but the team does rely very heavily on some of their more experienced players, the likes certainly of McFarlane, of Lucky Nicholas, and Moses Henry. And they give that team shape, they give it leadership, and they give it, I think, a sense of purpose and direction.
Yeah, they're of the more senior players in the time that VIEUX used to be VIEUX South, winning the Black Hat on 4 consecutive occasions. McFarlane was there. Lucky, he was also there. And there's a defender, that's Kimlan Mason, was also in the mix when VIEUX South used to be VIEUX South and dominating football here in St. Lucia.
And as I think we said during the eliminator earlier in the week, VIEUX South not just winning Black Heart but also winning club competition platinum. You had platinum winning, I think it was 5 consecutive titles in the club tournament. VIEUX was winning under 19 boys football. VIEUX, I think they won girls football as well at one point, women's football at one point, and veterans.
And veterans.
So so there was probably that period around 2017, 2019, where VIEUX was winning once it was football. Once it was called football.
Golden era for
if you had played futsal at that time, you had played beach football, there would have been a good bet that VIEUX South would win it. But Jamil Joseph saying after the game in midweek that they're back and they intend to stay back on top.
A lovely ball there. Oh, and McFarlane is giving chase. A
Just
lovely
too
pass.
heavily weighted.
And you see the smile on McFarlane's face. They're not receiving this one at the back end from Trent Alexander.
Either the weight or the angle would have taken it away from him.
Through in there. Mondesi. Still, he's going to have a second chance in doing that. Through in from Mondesi. Heads go up. McFarlane is in control. Finding his man. This ball is switched. Looking for VIEUX. Hosea is on this one. And the flag of the assistant on the far side went up.
Yeah, VIEUX McFarlane was pretty clearly behind the last man there on defense. Mondesi.
In as much as he didn't play the ball, but he would have taken the defender's attention away. So he's effectively interfering with play there.
Correct.
So the offside flag looks good from my vantage point.
Nai in behind this one for South Castries. The man with the dancing feet there for South Castries, trying to make way. That's a Kennedy Willett. Free net to be taken by Hosea Maffrin for VIEUX South. VIEUX fighting to keep possession. Hosea goes to Kimlan Mason. A touch too heavy there from Kimlan Mason. Free in there for South Castries.
Of course, Captain Karim Mondesi, known for his long throw. You would think with his sort of frame, he would be the one on the end of the long throw, but apparently he's the one that has the technical ability to execute. So
looks to me like VIEUX will start from defense. Again, this one is held long there by the keeper. Lucky is trying to bring this one down, but some good play there from the number 18 of South Castries.
Well, I'm hearing the instruction from the South Castries bench, let's go boys. I don't think that's quite the right instruction. You need to be a little bit more precise in terms of the sort of direction that you give the guys on the field at this point. 2-0 down. They haven't been able to see much of the ball. They haven't been able to string much together. I think they need to have a great deal of specificity in terms of the instructions that are given to them at this point.
Well, I'm not one to question Siobhan Benjamin. He's been very successful of recent times within the club championship with Bays FC. winning a number of recent championships at the club level. But I do take your point, Terry. Maybe Let's Go Boys is probably a code for one of the
push up on the left flank. Push up on the and how about the fellows is press.
The atmosphere inside of the Dennery playing field is absolutely electric right now. It's not a huge crowd on hand, but definitely a very vociferous crowd, and they've just created that sort of festive je ne creole sort of atmosphere, if you want to call it. I don't know if they actually brought drums in, or if they concocted some makeshift.
Oh no, they're drums. They have drums.
They have drums.
Yes,
okay,
they have drums in the stands.
But it sounds really festive, and really sounds like the patrons are enjoying their football.
Well, South Castries is trying to make something happen, trying to get back in this game, but here comes VIEUX once more on the attack.
That's Poyot trying to bring this one across. No problems whatsoever for the custodian in goal there for South Castries.
Paw kick. And Jovic McFarlane keeping it in, and he's skinned his defender there, and
save there again from
tries
Maynard.
Tries to go it all.
Oh, good move there by Trent Alexander. Oh, this one is coming in very dangerously, and Obafemi Poyot putting this one at the back of the net.
And Obafemi Poyot, he started off the semi-pro season in red-hot form. Scored a blistering goal at the Sufra Mini Stadium. Cooled off considerably to the back end, but he's back. He's back in form in this semi-pro playoffs. Already with a brace in this contest, just half an hour in.
Yes, the farm has a brace for VIEUX South. In the 30th minute, it's 3-0.
And South Castries in all sorts of trouble at this point in time, and a strike there. A shot in anger, if you want to call it. Nowhere close to the goal of Kimani John. But it's something. It's some show of defiance by South Castries, who, like I said, they seem to be in all sorts of trouble. They just cannot contend with the movement of the ball of VIEUX South at this point in time, finding all sorts of channels through the middle of the pitch, through the flanks, and VIEUX South firmly in control of this fixture, this final, right here at the Dennery playing field, 3-0.
You know, the interesting thing for me is how McFarlane is just popping up all over the pitch and really just causing havoc for South Castries. They have not been able to locate him. They've not been able to deal with him. And the flag stays down. The flag stays down, and VIEUX still on the attack. They will get a corner kick out of it.
Yes, it's all happening there. It was lucky, and of course it looks to me like Moses Henry there trying to get the better of Maynard Antoine.
They're literally queuing up right there. Henry and Nicholas getting in each other's way there. Of course, it seems like goals are on offer for VIEUX South.
Everybody wants one.
They look the sharper of the two teams from the incept, and they are playing with the wind also, so you know they have some wind advantage. But at this moment there, we're seeing some care is being offered there to Maynard Antoine, the keeper. for South Castries.
Yeah,
It's
Henry and
raining
Nicholas.
goals there tonight.
Henry and Nicholas just basically getting in each other's way on that attack. Had they been able to maintain their spacing, I think they would have made it very, very difficult on Antoine, and we probably have had a fourth goal here this evening because they were basically 2-on-1.
Yeah, they were shoulder to shoulder. Had they opened up?
Well, they weren't initially shoulder to shoulder. I think it was probably Henry who ran in to nick the ball from his teammate. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but yeah, they weren't initially shoulder to shoulder. Henry did run in, and if he had just made his run a bit wider and given Noah a little bit of space, they could have created some real
Ball in
problems.
there by Jovic McFarlane, and V4 South just seems to be getting everything on anything that they want at this point in time.
You know, I'm actually surprised they didn't get a second corner because
it was the head of
the way the game is going. The way the game is going, one just expects the V4 to get all the breaks right now, and it's not that they're not working for it. Certainly, as you see, they like I said earlier, the press is really working for them. These guys are finding it difficult just to get the ball past midfield. Dangerous tackle there, and the referee not very pleased about that.
Yeah, this is a card being shown to, I think it's Moses Henry on the far side there. He just...
He's being summoned by Kevin Antoine.
Yeah, he just took the legs out of Michael James there from under him.
Almost looking like when your dad is calling you and you know you're in trouble.
Come and get it. Yeah. Spot kick on the far side for South Castries. It was brought back. Michael James on the far side for South Castries. Listen this one forward. The heads go up. And a handle ball there. Just at the top of the 18 yard. Kevin Antoine intervening. Put in a stop to play.
So South Castries is basically trying to break the press by going over the top, but the VIEUX defense is very much equal to the task, and I think it's probably in South Castries' best interest to try to get something going with some passing and try to get their team involved as a whole, as opposed to just lobbing it away.
It seems to me like VIEUX is having more possession of the ball than South Castries. It's very difficult for them to take control of the ball. Again, well blocked by Hosea. Kimlan Mason is trying to find Jevic McFarlane.
And does.
He's matched there by Nai Henry. And Nai just cannot keep this one in. And another corner there for...
It's an excellent tackle though, because if he didn't get that one right, could have either conceded a penalty or conceded another clear-cut chance for VIEUX South.
Corner to be taken there by McFarlane. There's Obafami.
In swinging and with the wind.
And the heads go up there in defense. Ball is back with McFarlane. He's trying to dance around his man. But the quick feet of the number 16, that's Chad Alfred, doing his thing. Fourth. Again, this one is put into touch there from Pierre. Cushion Pierre. This time it's McFarlane with the honors.
Was a substitution made by South Castries. Oh, and look at that.
It looks to me it's Trent Alexander this time.
Well,
there was a melee. They couldn't keep possession of the ball, and it looks to me Trent Alexander being the one bouncing this one home. If it's not Trent Alexander, it has to be Moses Henry.
I think it's Moses Henry. If it is Moses Henry, that would mean both himself and Obafemi Poyot both have a brace in this contest. We'll wait for official word.
What we do know for sure, there are 4 goals scored unanswered in this first half. And when we say unanswered, almost the entire first half has been dominated by VIEUX.
And let me just remind you once again, South Castries in the entire group phase, league phase, conceded 5 goals.
Easily on pace to exceed that.
And they played VIEUX South
this evening.
They played VIEUX South in that
during the league phase.
In that league phase, which they went through unbeaten. VIEUX South just looks like a well-oiled machine right now. Can't put a foot wrong. And then look at that interchange there between Moses Henry and Noah Lucky Nicholas. Moses just missing out there.
And with those 2 goals there from Obafemi Poyot takes him from 6 to 8, and I think he's top the charts. He's overtaken that's Stefan Val in goal tally. Because he was at 5, he scored on Wednesday night. And
I believe he also scored in the eliminator as well. We'll have to check that.
Yeah.
He's probably higher than 8 right now.
No, he's on 8. Because he scored in the eliminator, that took him to 6.
He scored in Wednesday, which was the second qualifier, but the eliminator against Roseau, I believe he netted as well.
Yes, he did.
So I believe Obafemi should be on somewhere on 9 goals, I think.
No, he was on 5. He netted against Roseau, and then he's put 2 at the back of the net here tonight, so he's on 8. Yeah.
Did he not score in the last fixture as well?
No, it was Moses Henry.
It was Moses Henry.
Yeah,
yes,
the
it was
1-0.
1 goal to 0. Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
1-0, yeah, it was
So he's on
Moses
8. Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
That's why you're the football Chinese.
Yeah, you have to. Well, I'm trying to keep up, with what's going on. It is what it is. Hosea finding his man in the middle of the park, Obafemi, and this one was cleared. The ball going into touch there on the far side.
I don't know if the hush within the crowd right now is symbolic of the bulk of the fan base being South Castries fans.
I think the drummers.
Or is it a scenario where it's just utter shock and disbelief at what's happening there, the carnage that's happening there tonight?
The drummers are from South Castries.
From South Castries, yeah.
They struck up a little while ago when they were making that brief foray.
Well, struck is the past tense of stroke, and and it appears that that's what is happening to them right now. They're suffering from, definitely in shock. I don't think anybody coming into this fixture would have expected that within the first half you would have had a 4-0 scoreline for either team.
Well, it's cushioned here in the first half, and a tackle here in the middle of the park, bringing down. Looks to me like Kendall Harry.
Well, we had the newly refurbished Dennery playing field, and history will be made here tonight as we will see two champions crowned in Tier 2 and Tier 1 of the inaugural Semi-Pro Football League. Of course, from all indications right now, it almost looks like VIEUX South will be putting their hand up to grab that first trophy of the night. But it's football, anything can happen. Highly improbable, but not impossible.
Yeah, one of the players from VIEUX looks in some kind of a discomfort. Is it Moses Henry sitting there? He's wearing a shocking color boots. It's Trent Alexander there. This is a picture of Moses moving there. Trent Alexander is the one who got injured. South Castries looking for their first goal. The head of Kimlan Mason went up in defense. Or touch there from Harry. Looking for his man on the far side, but again this ball was ushered into touch by VIEUX South. Hosea Mafre and of course Kimlan Mason at the back there. Throwing for South Castries. Ball is coming across very dangerously. Ball coming in. And he's trying to lob this one over the keeper. And almost finding the side netting.
You know, if they do manage to get a goal there, just 1 minute of time added on in the first half. If they do manage to get that goal, it does give them a little bit of a boost going into halftime. Does allow them a little bit more space, a little bit more latitude to reflect and try to re-strategize for the second half. But it doesn't look as though VIEUX is going to allow them any time on the ball at all.
I like your positivity, Terry.
Well, I think they need more than a boost, you know.
But they need something.
It's one-way traffic right now.
Yeah.
The outside of the boot is met there, but well controlled there by Joseph for South Castries, and the whistle of Kevin Antoine went for
they won't be getting that boost at least in this half.
At least they'll be getting an opportunity to regroup, just as we will be getting an opportunity to regroup. And the fan base will be getting an opportunity to regroup as well, because they are absolutely shocked here at the Dennery playing field. It's 4-0 in favor of VIEUX South in this Tier 2 final versus South Castries. We'll be back with you guys in just a few minutes.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, Our lives are changing and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
My most challenging part of this journey, it has been work and the company training every single day. That's the most challenging part about it. To overcome it, it was a mindset. Someday I'll come in the morning, do what I gotta do half of my work and come here and put in my 100% every single day. This is how I overcame this challenge.
And he scores! Oh, yeah, that's a really big chance!
When I found out that I made it to the national men's senior team trials, I was a bit happy, and the first thing that came to my mind is that I'm going to a higher level of football and that I need to raise my level. Yeah, that was a big goal to me.
This controls and a chance.
And there's a shot to goal!
My inspiration is CR7. He's my role model ever since I've been a young boy. The reason he's my role model is because of his work ethic, his professionalism, his desire to get what he wants by working hard. So I try to emulate that the best I can by doing the same, putting in the work to achieve my goals, my objective.
Our final score there, 2-0, but there were other opportunities. Polion going at a hat-trick last game. What a save by Archibald. I mean, there was just no quit in either side, and there is an opportunity.
Representing my country on a national level means everything to me. It is the greatest honor for me as a player. I've represented my clubs, my community, from a young child, from under 15 to under 17, under 19, and on the national level for the senior team is the highest level you can possibly reach. I aspire to play against the highest level, the best players. That's where you challenge yourself and really get to know what you're about. If you're as good a player as you think you are, I am very excited for it to join the senior players, just get a feel for the environment, and travel and play for my country.
This is the Semi-Pro Football League. Feel the passion, feel the vibe. Leveraging football to transform lives. St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League. Let's go! One shot to create your greatness. It's your time to make your name. It's more than just a way of life. This is more than just a game. This is one more reason why we unite with each other. So here comes one more season. This is football to unite the world. When we come alive, we just excite the world. Celebrate emotions and ignite the world. Let's make sure everybody knows it's the Semi-Pro League and this is what we love. Let's go. This is what we love. This is what we love. Let's play. This is what we love. This is a beautiful game and this is what we love. St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League. Leveraging football to transform lives.
My journey as a player has helped me a lot in many different ways. One, starting off at the age of 15 on the national team to where I am right now at the senior national team level. It has helped me with discipline, organization, timing, because all of these things play a lot of role with your diet and all what has to be done on a regular basis for football preparation, mindset. And these things play a big role in your life also. When you go have a job, or when you're at the start of your normal day, time, punctuality, all of these things come in a big role. So I must say football has helped me out a lot in many different ways.
What sets me apart is that I'm very versatile. When called upon, I can play many positions except for goalie. And coming from the community of Soufrière, we had struggles with getting players to play due to some players still working. So sometimes I'll have to play centre back, midfield, strike, wing. Yeah, so I think basically I'm pretty comfortable.
With the shot, and he scores!
Physically, I dedicate myself to training. Mentally, I pray when I wake up in the morning, and I prepare myself on a daily basis to go to training.
What I'm excited for making the last cut of the national team is, my hard work and determination throughout my training to semi-pro, playing for my club and my district. I put in the effort and the hard work, so I just want to reap the benefits to be on the national team once again, just to represent my country.
Specific areas of my game I'm focused on improving is finishing, decision making, and being able to be calm and confident. Once I work on that, I'll be a better player.
My most challenging part of this journey, it has been work and the company training every single day. That's the most challenging part about it. To overcome it, it was a mindset. Something I would prepare in the morning, do what I gotta do half of my work and come here and put in my 100% every single day. This is how I overcame this challenge.
And he scores! It's a really big chance!
When I found out that I made it to the national men's senior team trials, I was a bit happy, and the first thing that came to my mind is that I'm going to a higher level of football and that I need to raise my level. Yeah, that was a big goal to me.
This controls and a chance!
And there's a shot and a goal!
There's going to be one change for South Castries. They're trying to reinforce their central midfield. As we discussed in the first half, really trying to get a little bit more movement, and they manifest an early attack on the Vieux goal. Kimani equal to it though, but they're looking for a little bit more fluidity in their attack and trying to get guys to get foot on ball.
I see from the commencement of the second half, VIEUX is still pressing, trying to have Castries, that's Castries South on the back foot.
Well, when Terry says reinforce, I take it's going to be in an attacking sense. No need for defensive reinforcements when you 4-0 down with one half to go in a final. So let's see if South Castries can be a little bit more fluent in terms of their play.
They are trying to make some passes through the central zone there. Well cut off by VIEUX South. A lovely ball there from Lucky. Finding the dreadlocks man, but this ball is coming wickedly across over the transversal there. There is a player remaining down on the far side for South Castries, needing some attention.
The entire South Castries team needs some attention right now. The scoreline not healthy for them at all.
Well, I think we just coming from the first half. They had some attention already from the coach, giving them some more instructions, and Terry was speaking of some reinforcement, moving forward for South Castries. Of course, Rashad Eugene with the number 10 will be looking to find the back of the net here in the second half for South Castries. Still some attention is being paid to the player who is remaining down. A nice shot of Claude Eliard there, the number 9, just momentarily there. There you see Rashad Eugene and Lucky Nicholas in the picture, the two number 10s. Rashad for South Castries, Lucky for VIEUX South. Ball again is pushed into touch here.
One of the things I heard on the South Castries bench, if they can score 4, we can score 5.
Yeah. Well, the first half just ended a while ago, and we're here into the second half. We'll see if South Castries can put 5 at the back of the net in answer to the VIEUX South first half.
I mean, anything's possible. I've not seen any sort of glimpses of play right now. We just about 4 minutes into the second half, but I've not seen any cohesive play as yet from South Castries to suggest that they will be making any inroads. A foul there by Noah Lucky Nicholas.
Yeah, Antoine spotting this one, who was bringing down Killen Harry down in the middle of the park. Ball is coming through there to the number, and that's Eugene, and he was fouled by Kimlan. Question is being asked there by Bashan. Not satisfied at all with the whistle there by Kevin Antoine.
Listen, at this stage of the game, I'm South Castries. I am committing men to attack. I don't know why they still have, 5 guys behind the ball. There comes one other joining in the attack.
Nice fizzing attempt there, not on target, but a statement of intent by South Castries early in the second half.
Yeah, Kevin Joseph there, blazing the transversal, not posing no threat whatsoever to Kimani John's goal. Shot off the crowd there.
Well, it was enough to get the South Castries fans going in the stands once more. Let's see if they will be able to feed off of that energy and keep that up.
Bashan looking for Henry. Henry squares off. Shot is wide there, and he's punching the AstroTurf there. That's Keshon Pierre. Very furious with himself, fisting the turf. You see the shot again, going wide of Kimani John's goal.
On the one hand, you understand the desire, the eagerness to get a goal. But on the other hand, you have to do the work. You have to put in the work and actually, get some passes in and try to create good opportunities as opposed. And even the free kick, same with the free kick. I didn't think the free kick needed to be a direct free kick. The difficulty of trying to kick with the wind in this arena. The ball, more often than not, is going to fly high. And I think these guys really need to focus on stringing together a few passes and trying to get some fluency back in their game. Nice, well done.
Some good work there being done there by Kendall Clark, and he was well met by Claudel Yard. And the whistle of Kevin went.
Claudel Yard scored the opening goal when these two teams met in the regular season. Scored inside the first 5 minutes, and that one ended up being won by South Castries in time added on.
Oh, lovely pass there to a Poyot from his keeper. That is Alex Joseph.
Good block there.
And Nai Henry at the back end there.
Looks like Mikel James, I think, executing a block, the number 18.
Now he's instructing players there into position.
If you are VIEUX South, how do you approach the second half? Is it a scenario of you trying not to give anything away to South Castries, or do you keep your foot on the gas and just keep going for more goals?
Not on the gas, on their neck. It's more of the same, Eli. I mean, you want to maintain the press. You want to keep not giving them anything, not giving them any space or time on the ball, and you want to keep pushing to try to get more goals. You want to put this genuinely out of reach.
At 4-0. I'm saying this on the backdrop that VIEUX South would have played as recently as Wednesday, as opposed to South Castries, who would have played last weekend.
This is the last game of the SPFL. At least they will be, of course, going into Blackheart shortly, but this is the last game of the SPFL. A title is on the line. You want to make a statement going into the Tier 1 next season. You want to let people know, as Jamil Joseph said, we are back and we're back to stay. Go for it. Get some more goals. That to me has to be VIEUX attitude.
Well, we're still here in the second half. Very, very early still.
Good ball across there.
He was trying to dance there, Claude Eliard, and just couldn't dance around the defensive third of VIEUX South. Alex Joseph there. There's no nonsense. Also, Kendall Clark in the defensive third with Kimlan Mason.
Doesn't look like Claude Eliard is fancying much more of this contest. It almost appeared that he was signaling to the bench for a substitution.
Well, VIEUX is in control here at the far side. Looks to me like McFarlane is trying to dance around his man. bringing this one across. Obafemi was robbed. Claude Elliott just couldn't control this one. A 1-2 there. Moses with Alec is trying to bring this one across, and well met again.
Yeah, I think I'd give Yard the benefit of the doubt that he was just asking for instructions, Eli, from the bench. He's had a couple of good forays here in the first 10 minutes of the second half.
That last ball he brought down into the box, I thought he would have lashed at it with his left peg. Attempted some sort of swiveling dribble, didn't come off.
Obafemi is on the end of this one there. He's trying to bring it across. Oh, well blocked there in the end.
VIEUX South just seems to be running off the rear guard of South Castries at will. They seem to just be finding those little pockets between the defenders and fullbacks and taking full advantage of that. And because there's not too much pressure on the ball, they're able to string passes through and get themselves in dangerous positions. But with that said, though, I think South Castries have started off the second half better than the first. They've already created a couple of opportunities.
They couldn't have started it worse, Eli. I mean, a penalty within the first 60 seconds and then 2 goals within the first 15 minutes. I don't think they could have had a worse start. But yeah, VIEUX has been finding the width. But here in the second half, we are seeing South Castries much more in the game. So perhaps the defensive reinforcement, Daisy coming in, has done something to change how they approach the game, because they are getting a little bit of fluency and are not being pressed quite as much. Not that VIEUX is not trying, but they're not getting pressed quite as much.
Well, they've manipulated the ball in the central zone and using the half space and the channels very good from the incept of the game, and they've come back in the second half and executing the same judgment that they did in the first half. It's just that they've not found the back of the net.
Well, speaking towards what Terry was just saying, you know, I again want to reiterate that VIEUX South played only on Wednesday. So, in as much as they may be trying, the question is, would they actually have the legs? They would have played on the weekend and on Wednesday, all but 3 days between matches. They would have played on Sunday, then 3 days later on Wednesday, and now another 4 days later on Saturday. So, quite a bit of football played by the guys from the South. So, it might just be a question of them having the legs to maintain that intensity of press for 90 minutes.
Presently is McFarlane finding Joseph. Back to McFarlane. Ball is switched to Kimlan Mason. Is looking for the run of Trent and Moses on their far side. VIEUX still managing to keep the ball. Ball coming across, looking for McFarlane, and a lovely run there through the channels here on the near side. And this ball is coming across and well collected indeed by Maynard Antoine.
You know, I just have to talk about the discipline that it takes to be able to maintain that width that VIEUX are simply getting at will. It's not just a manifestation or a creation of the defensive lapses, as you might, but certainly VIEUX is imposing themselves, and you're seeing McFarlane always out there wide, Trent on the other side, Alexander always out there, and creating outlets for VIEUX South to be able to remain in the game. And there you have it once again. You're seeing that width, always have that outlet for them to be able to get into that gap.
McFarlane being out, I think he was just substituted.
Yeah, Javik McFarlane was substituted for Patrice Richard, the number 21.
Couple of calls for Dave Jean-Baptiste to get into the game.
Yeah.
He's made some valuable contributions to this team. I could distinctly remember when Obafemi Poyot had that lean spell during the regular season. Dove Jabati stepped up and was able to net a few goals for VIEUX South.
Rashad and of course Kendall Clark doing battle there, and it looks to be like it's in Rashad's favor. A free kick.
Of course, the crowd building nicely in here for the final. Denry provides a different sort of ambience. You know, people could come up against the security rails, almost within touching distance of the players. Some of the other venues do not afford, you know, that sort of luxury.
Spot kick there for South Castries. The heads go up there of the VIEUX players. A penalty pointed to the spot. It looks to me a player was brought down. Christian Pierre of South Castries was clipped.
It was indeed Christian Pierre. What was funny though is he started rolling around, writhing in pain, and as soon as Kevin Antoine pointed to the spot, he jumped up in elation.
Yeah, go in and look for the ball to point it. I think while he was going down, he was already coming back up, going for the ball, you know, to point it at the spot.
The gentleman knows the situation his team is in. He's aware.
Yeah.
Well, some people might say it's gamesmanship. You want to ensure that the referee sees what has happened. Sometimes when players fail to go down, they fail to get calls. So this has sort of become part of the game. Of course, you don't want players exaggerating or embellishing, but of course they try their best to ensure that the officials have actually seen what has happened.
Kevin Joseph against Kimani John. From the spot, Kevin Joseph tucks this one home. Yep. South Castries answering the question here in the second half.
63rd minute strike there. Maybe that's the hope that Terry was speaking of towards the end of the first half.
Yeah, Terry mentioned of the changes that they did, trying to strengthen the side in moving forward.
We have some more subs warming up for South Castries. 4 goals, not an insurmountable target
by any stretch of the imagination. But definitely South Castries coming out with a little bit more intent. You did mention they made an attacking midfield change to gain a little bit more fluidity in their attack, and it looks like that definitely is beginning to pay off. If it pays enough, we'll be left to see. We have just about 26 minutes left to find out.
Yeah, with the inclusion of Sharon Dupre there, the number 11 for South Castries, applying some more pressure and bringing some more strength in the line. Looks to me like Hosea behind this one there for VIEUX South, bringing it in very dangerously. Nai Henry went up. Some battle is being done there in the defensive third over South Castries. And a tackle there on Joshua George, looking discomforted. I think a card will be shown there to the number 4 of VIEUX. That's Alex Joseph.
I don't think he'll mind one bit.
It's interesting because in the second qualifier between VIEUX and Ancillary, we saw quite a bit of physicality from very, very early on both teams, but certainly more so from VIEUX, who were trying to press with very, very heavy tackling. And they've been pressing effectively all evening, but without having to commit themselves unduly physically. They've now got a couple of cards, and again, that might just put the question. I think if you're looking for any further interest in this contest, there 3 goals still in it. So VIEUX still well out in front, not trying to pretend by any stretch of the imagination that this is a close one. But if South Castries are to take any hope, they will know that they've got 1 goal already in the bag, and VIEUX a couple of cards already.
Well, I don't think this contest is quite as physical. Maybe just a few mistimed tackles here and there. Both teams trying to keep the ball along the floor and play football. But at least the fan base of South Castries, they have something to cheer for. That goal getting them on the score sheet. So 5 goals so far in this Tier 2 contest. Heavily skewed in the favor of VIEUX South over South Castries.
And we just saw Kevin Antoine having a word there with Jamil Joseph, the coach of VIEUX South. Just listening to the buzzing sound of the drone as it disappears into the night sky. Ball is in control by South Castries. They're trying to bust through the channel, and Yard was trying to pounce on this one. Was well met again. Obafemi was beaten to the task. Some
asking
good
a
ball
question of Kevin Antoine there, but he gave no answers.
Kevin Antoine was not interested. Not at all. And leaving this one there for the number 17. That's Willie. Willie with the corner kick at the near pole and inside the side netting. Not properly taken at all by Kennedy Willie. Our next game here tonight, as we bring down the curtains of the semi-professional football league for 2024 in St. Lucia. Leclerc will be coming up against Central Castries in the Premier League. Failing to comfort this one to the turf was Richard. Ball has been brought down, and Lucky with the outside of the boot, looking for the player running through there, and was well managed in the defensive third. South Castries in control of the ball, played aerially. Hosea is just watching this ball trickle into touch there. Through in his favor. Moses Henry and of course Trent Alexander is losing this ball at the back end there, and a touch. It looks to me a little too heavy for the number 17. That's Willie. for South Castries.
Overall, South Castries passing looking a lot better in this second half. I've been able to get on the score sheet. I've been able to keep VIEUX off the score sheet thus far. 2 men with braces. If either scores again, he'll have a hat trick.
Iad was trying to bring this one down, but again was well met by the defensive third of VIEUX. Clearance there from Kimlan Mason, and
South Castries in really good voice. They're very excited by what's taking place on the pitch at the moment. South Castries beginning to get into the game, beginning to assert themselves a bit, but they don't have much time, less than 20 minutes remaining now for them to try to make this a contest.
Well, they've dominated the second half, even finding the back of the net, but it's a tough ask and a tall mountain to climb. Obafemi was beaten to it there by the dreadlocks man. Again from the defensive third of South Castries.
Certainly the second half is a more balanced game. Both teams being able to conjure up some sort of opportunity.
A player has been brought down on the far side. It will be a spot kick there for South Castries. Spot kick for VIEUX South, I mean. Jose Mafre on the end of this one there. They'll be trying to bring this one across. Oh, this one was met dangerously there. It looked to me like Lucky and Nicholas. Ball bouncing awkwardly away from the keeper. But the whistle of Kevin Antoine went. This one is pounced long and hard. Ball is being played aerially, yet to be brought down to the turf. Keeper is trying to punch this one. Lucky's trying to put this one on a plate there for his compatriot. But again, South Castries is proving to be on point, with a player being impeded. And it looks to me like clutching his shoulders and rolling over there.
Noah Nicholas, of course, has reinvented himself. And Eli, I did recall it was actually Honduras 2015, the under-17 team making the CONCACAF finals. CONCACAF under-17 being played again next February. St. Lucia in a very tough group. Well, all the groups are very tough. St. Lucia in a group with Jamaica, and I think it might be Nicaragua. But
I think it's El Salvador.
El Salvador.
Yeah.
El Salvador. Yeah, so only the group winner goes through, but all of the group winners go through to the Under-17 World Cup in Qatar, which is interesting. 48 teams going through to the World Cup in total. But Lucky was part of that Under-17 team in 2015. More recent vintage, you have Jose Matre and Kendall Clark, who would have been on St. Lucia's Under-19 team up to last year. Played unbeaten in the CONCACAF qualifiers, but the last game against the Dominican Republic, which they needed to win outright, they were held to, I believe it was a 2-2 draw. And that 2-2 draw being won essentially by the Dominican Republic, the host team, of basically the last kick of the game. That would have been in 2022, I believe. Very disappointing outcome for St. Lucia, even though they did not lose at all in the competition. They did not score as many goals as the Dominican Republic, and so did not advance to the next round of competition, which should have been the finals of the Under-19 CONCACAF competition.
We just witnessed Alex Joseph was giving a lending hand there from Kevin Antoine, the man in the middle, and I think that that's the end of it for Alex Joseph. He's in some kind of discomfort, limping off the surface area.
He actually had that strap to his thigh reapplied at halftime, and he is also carrying a card, so perhaps strategic as well as precautionary as far as his health is concerned. The South Castries team also ringing in the changes, and Eli, it looks as though you may have been correct.
Yeah, we have some changes there. Alex Joseph going out, and replacing him is Mikesh Savory in defense. Obafami moving across there to the Dreadlocks man, waiting for his pass to come through, but again Antoine spotting an infringement there on the far side.
So Claudel Yard has exited the field, Eli, so I don't know whether, as you surmised, it may have been of his own volition, but
well, the time that would have elapsed from the time I saw that signal to now, I
just
doubt.
about right.
I doubt he was asking to get out.
It might just about have been right. He might have been asking out, and then the coach would have had to signal to another player to warm up, and so yeah, that's about right.
And we just witnessed Chiron Dupree, some pain being inflicted on him there from the boot of Alex Joseph. A free kick there to South Castries. It seems to me it looks like Kevin Joseph behind this one there. A shot over the transversal, posing no threat whatsoever to Kimani John's goal. See Kevin behind this one again, leases it over the crossbar. Kimlan Mason is looking for Poyot on the far side. Kimran is beating Rashad to this one. Well brought down to the surface. Some good ball there. Harry was trying to find his man, but some misplacing of the pass there. A good controller in the middle of the park. Very good ball there on the far side. Hosea is trying to bring this one across, and Hosea is finding the back of the net. What a wonderful goal there from Mafre. A lovely pass from the midfield region. It looks to me like either it was Moses Henry or Trent Alexander feeding him with this one.
That's lobs the custodian neatly, leaving him with very little chance.
Well, it's carnage here at the Dennery playing field, and I'm not talking Spider-Man. 5 goals to 1 in favor of VIEUX South. Those 5 goals the South Castries have conceded match their total conceded for the entire season. during Tier 2 action. Well, the league season, that is, they also conceded 2 goals to Ancillary in the first qualifier. That was last week, Saturday.
Well, the goalkeeper for South Castries, that's Maynard Antoine, receiving some treatment. 5-1 in favor of VIEUX South, the finals of the Tier 2 Super League. Like I previously told you, later on, following this encounter, we're going to witness the Tier 1 Premier League finals between Henry. As we're bringing down the curtains on the semi-professional football league in St. Lucia for 2024.
Well, the VIEUX defense is dancing as they should be.
He wasn't missing any action there as Rashad Eugene starts from the middle. The score line is 5-1, as you could see on your screen there, VIEUX South. The last goal scorer was Jose Matre. A burst of fury there from the far side. And it looks to me like Obafemi Poyot is needing some treatment. I think some attention is being paid there to Obafemi Poyot from his physio, bringing a halt to the game. Kevin Joseph went off, and Nicky Regis is replacing him. That's the change there for South Castries. Poyot is looking to be in some serious pain. He's the top goal scorer in Tier 2. Presently, he's on 8 goals. Dove will be included in the game. Also being included in the game is Janelle Alexander and Shane Lionel. Is coming off.
2 goals to the good.
Likewise, Lucky Nicholas coming off.
And you know, Lucky is an interesting case for me because he played on that. He played the youth football all the way from U13s to under 19s. Has not really had much of a look in on the senior team, but he's always been, or had always been, a centre forward, and he's kind of reinvented himself as a central attacking midfielder, and to great effect. He likens himself now to Modric. He used to be a great admirer of Cristiano Ronaldo as a younger player. Now still in his mid-20s, still I think lots of time for him to get back in the groove and get back on the national scene.
Yeah, a very young chap indeed. He has all his years ahead of him still, in the prime of his time. Through in here on the near side to VIEUX South. And it looks to me like Kendall Clark was bundled to the ground. Free kick for VIEUX South. It looks to me like Jose against the wind, trying to bring it across with a dink on the head there on the end of this one there. Well collected by the keeper. Laces this one forward. Jose was trying to find his man there on the far side. It looks to me like Joshua George. The defensive third of South Castries has work to do. Nai Henry spreading this one across. Yard recuperating this ball there for VIEUX South. Some good shadowing of the ball there on the back end from Joseph. The battle is not yet over there. They are down by 5 goals to 1 here in the 80th minute. I just witnessed the defender of South Castries was just shadowing this ball out. A goal kick. Kendall Clark finding Kimlan Mason. I was trying to feed his man here on the near channel. Into touch. Some good control in there by George. George with an aerial ball. Ball is in the middle of the park, and this time it's South Castries in control. Ball coming in there, but the head of the defensive third was met and pushed into touch for a throw.
10 minutes of time added on. Not sure where that came from.
With the
We've had a few substitutions, but 10 minutes.
there was a lot of players being taken care of on the surface area. Just mentioning the whistle was blown there by Kevin Antoine, especially with the keeper going down. And I think they took about like 3 minutes to attend to the keeper.
That's a lot of time there, Johnny. I mean, not enough time for a comeback, but
there is no comeback, no coming back from this 5-1 there. VIEUX is in search of the 6. Kimlan Mason is trying to take control of this one, and Rashad Eugene met this one there. Rashad is trying to dance around Kimlan, and of course
I
Kendall
think that
Clark.
I think that whistle may have been a little harsh.
Yeah, Kendall Clark and Kimlan Mason is no nonsense in defense for VIEUX. Harry, that's Keelan Harry, lifting this one gently there on the back in there, and we just saw a player coming in there with the head.
Spectators' goal
into the side netting.
Gentlemen, now is probably about the time that we start thinking along the lines of the player of the final. Any thoughts?
That one's easy for me.
Oh yeah?
Javik McFarlane. Javik McFarlane was at the center of everything that was happening in that first half. He didn't score, but he was creating, and he was creating havoc from everywhere on the field.
Yeah, I think so, because he manipulated the channels, the half space, and pushing the ball into the pockets, into the spaces for his forward men. And I think he was the one that was the most instrumental in the first half of the game, providing his forwards with the clear-cut chances. And this ball is headed just over the transversal there.
But Terry mentioned that he didn't score, but I recorded 2 assists for him.
There you go.
Just as good as a goal.
Yeah. Very, very true indeed. A ball has invaded the space area there. Being dealt with now. And this one is eluding the player there, Patrice Richards. This one is being spliced and coming towards us here. Posing no threat. Bash and Class A was at the end of this one. Keeper calling for it. Well collected in the end. No problems there for Kimani John. Taking his time. And this one has been flicked there from Bashan. Looking for his man moving forward there in the center of the park. Beaten to it there by Clark. And again, you see some very good work at the back end for VIEUX. Ball is coming straight to our commentators' booth here. Free in there for South Castries. Clearance again from Hosea.
Calls there for the intervention of the official.
Jean-Baptiste with a wonderful ball there moving forward. And the keeper coming to the rescue has to come out of his 18-yard area.
Last line of defense, last ditch tackle. Still 5 minutes remaining in time added on.
We just witnessed a player being brought down there in the final third. South Castries looking to take control there. A burst of fury there from Killan Harry. And of course, he was brought down. Mikesh Sivri was not having this one in his defense.
You know, say one, say two. South Castries have not stopped playing
at all.
And I mean, they started the second half far more brightly than they did the first, and even having had that 4-goal deficit restored, they have not stopped playing. They are still pushing. They are still going for it. There's no chance. I was going to say there's virtually no chance, but there's no chance of them getting back into the game as a contest. But they are continuing to play football, and you have to admire that.
End of this one.
A very nice free kick. Anything could have come of that.
And wasted there on the far side. Lucia doing some mopping up there on the far side for the boys from the south. That's VIEUX, decked in green. Savory heading this one into touch there for a corner kick to South Castries, and you could see Nai Henry, the tall figure of the dreadlocks man, coming across. He wants to net this one home. Bashan is in there, Dupree is in there. Well met again by Mason. Dove on the far side. Wonderful tackle there. Putting this one into touch. No nonsense.
that little knot of spectators near the entrance there, definitely enjoying the contest.
Well, Dove Jean-Baptiste is known to most as Dove Too Funny.
Crowd favorite he is.
I don't think he would have found that tackle funny at all.
Not at all.
The crowd definitely did. Or at least entertaining.
Well, the crowd has grown from the first half.
It's built nicely.
Yeah. Trent.
I would anticipate that we would have some LA and Central fans in here as well, in anticipation of the second game. This game, I must remind you folks that both of these teams, VIEUX South and South Castries, have already gained the promotion to Tier 1 of next year's edition of the Semi-Pro Football League. Pretty much both of them looking for the icing on the cake. Of course, you want to leave Tier 2 known as the champion, and at this late stage, it seems like only one name is going on the trophy.
Well, I think Rosso at this stage would settle for a couple of dots of frosting here and there if they can't get a fully iced cake.
And that's it. There you have it, folks.
VIEUX South being champions of Tier 2 Super League football here in St. Lucia. That's of the Semi-Pro Professional Football League, and they'll be going home with $12,000 And the second place team will be going home with $7,000. Third place, $4,000. Fourth place, $2,000. Yes. So 5-1, Terry.
Yeah, good contest. Beaufort South really came out firing. Poyot winning a penalty within the first minute of play. Moses Henry unable to convert, but he did convert twice from open play, as did Poyot, to make it 4-0 by halftime. Beaufort really on top, all the way on top in that first half of play. And then in the second half, despite South Castries coming into the game a little bit, gaining a little bit of fluency in their passing, Beaufort never really losing their shape, never losing the initiative. And even when South Castries did win a penalty of their own and convert through Kevin Joseph, the Beaufort boys were able to come back and restore the 4-goal cushion to win this one and win the first ever St. Lucia Semi-Professional Football League Tier 2 title, 5-1.
Yeah, and hugs all about the place there from the Beaufort camp. And it looks to me the number 13 there for South Castries is in tears. That's Kaylan Harry. And he's comforted there by his players. And we are going to have our presentation. The presentation of the trophy and of course medals to the teams before we go into our second game here tonight, that of the Tier 1 Premier League game, that is La Clery coming up against Central Castries. So we'll be back with you in about like 15 to 20 minutes time.
All right, we are here. It's the final. We've had a spectacular final. Away victorious 5-1 against the lads from South Castries. They'll be mightily disappointed. Football teams have now been promoted to Tier 1 of next year's edition of the Semi-Pro Football League. Of course, with the directors of the Semi-Pro Football League, Mr. Kendall Emmanuel, is going to be delivering the man of the match to Mr. Jovic McFarlane. Congrats. Of course, congratulations to you, Jovic. A fantastic performance that you put forward in the final. You looked very inspired.
Yeah, man. You know, as experience coming in for VIEUX South, I come to put in the work and we get the job done. It was great feeling. Yeah.
You guys had been saying throughout the playoffs that you were doing this for your leader, Mr. Emmanuel Bellas.
Yeah, man. We got Mr. Bellas, Emmanuel Bellas. We want a good recovery. Okay, boss man, we love you.
And of course, your team is now into Tier 1 for next year's competition. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, man, I feel great. Coming back to the Tier 1 where we normally be. Yeah, man, and we'll give it a good fight.
All right, Jovic, congratulations and all the best. Of course, now we want to get the losing manager of South Castries, Mr. Siobhan Benjamin. Siobhan, commiserations to you and your team. What happened out there? You guys just never seem to get going.
Very difficult day today against a very, very good team who, of course, took their chances and punished us where we were lapsing.
You guys conceded 5 goals throughout the league. 5 goals tonight, uncharacteristic of your team. What would you say would have caused that?
Like I said, we just had a serious lapse in concentration in the start, lack of communication, and of course, when you play against a very good team, you will get punished when you have moments like these, and we did get punished.
All right, your team, however, is promoted into Tier 1 of the competition for next year. Of course, it's called the Money League. How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel very good because I mean, most of my guys are what I would say underdogs, as you all say it in SPFL, you know. So we have worked hard over this season and very, very satisfied with where we are today. We put our best foot forward every time we came out. We tried our best, and I mean, we're going up. And a lot of my boys are unemployed, so this is, I mean, quite a way for them to start to make a living. So I'm happy with that.
All right, Siobhan, thank you very much and congratulations on your promotion. Of course, now we want the winning coach. We can, the winning coach, Mr. Jamil Joseph, the winning coach. This is becoming a habit.
Yes, of course. Yes, we have to be at our best.
You guys had a sort of up and down sort of season, but towards the guys indicated that you had been training rigorously and you had one mission in mind. Tell us about that. But you guys have been promoted to Tier 1. Is that where VIEUX South belongs?
We have to reflect, we have to build. Now we where we belong, and we will to.
All right, and you guys scored 5 goals there, rampant in the first half, 4 goals to nil going in at the halftime. You would have played last weekend, you would have played on Wednesday. Any sort of tiredness with the team? You guys seemed energized throughout.
I told my team only back against you. But if you have no injuries, playing momentum will be on your side, and playing momentum was on our side. We get to play. We get the feeling of oh.
All right, Coach, congratulations and all the best going into Tier 1. All right, it's that time. It's time for us to dole out the awards. And of course, I want to call Mr. Earl Ballhog Ja. He is a representative. Mr. Ja is going to help us with the presentations. Of course, Earl Ballhog Ja, no stranger to football, St. Lucia's record goal scorer. Good evening. Of course, we want to recognize the match officials, and we'll ask them to come on to collect their trophies. Let me say thank you very much to Earl Ballhog Ja. Of course, it's time to hand out the third place, and the third place would have gone to the team from Ancillary. Any representative from Ancillary? Rep from Ancillary. Just awaiting a representative from Team Ancillary, who have placed a third in this edition of the Semi-Pro Football League. Okay, so while we move forward, Ancillary is doesn't appear to be here this evening, so we'll call the parliamentary representative, Mr. Joachim Henry, to assist us with the second place medals. And
extremely. I understand that we were coming up against a team with pedigree, a team that really doesn't belong second division. So I'm not surprised that that VIEUX got the better of Castries South today. But we won a previous game, so I'm proud of the guys, and of course, and I think we will do better, and we will prepare for. We have good things in store for this tournament. I'm happy that we now promoted to the first level of the Premier League, and we'll go on to do well.
All right, so let's just call on the guys from South Castries to come up and receive their of course, cases of the lads from South Castries, rightfully, they do gain promotion. So there's all to play for in next season. Presentation. Captain Karim Mondesi and Siobhan Benjamin receiving be presented with the second. You can see the disappointment on the face of the captain, Karim Mondesi, but I'm sure he'll be a better player for it going into Tier 1 action next year. Captain and his team, young man, just 20 years old. It will be a big footballing career. And of course, now it's time. We ask for the Minister of Youth Development and Sports, Mr. Kenson, to join us. With Mr. Kenson Kazime, is the Minister of Youth Development and Sport. Mr. Kazime, when you came up with the concept and merged with the SLFA to produce this, was this what you expected?
Certainly not at that level. You could see a second tier team being so excited to have won tonight in terms of VIEUX South ascending to the semi-professional league in St. Lucia. Of course, hats off to South Castries. South Castries really came from the bottom of the bottom, and now they are in the actual main tier of the tournament. And so, very well done. I'm very, very pleased with the crowd that's out there today. Everybody consuming semi-professional football in St. Lucia, and that's all you want as a minister.
Yeah, this competition would have touched every single district within St. Lucia. Of course, Tier 1 is the actual money league. We're working towards hopefully monetizing both tiers sometime in the future. But what do you think this means for St. Lucia football?
It means a lot. It means more quality football for our young individuals. It means for the next generation there is something to look forward to right here in St. Lucia. I mean, growing up, I would not have imagined that there was an avenue for me to actually, apply my trade and my talent on the field and get some income. Now the next generation of footballers know that if they train hard, if they eat properly, if they set their mind to doing something more productive, that they can become semi-professionals and hopefully go out to Europe and other big nations to actually play football. So I'm very happy with what we're seeing here today.
And of course, your administration has backed this tremendously. We're hoping that we will see that continued support going forward.
Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, Cabinet of Ministers, we are committed to this semi-professional league. This year, of course, you would have all the teething issues that you would have, some would have not been imagined. And right now, it's all about doing better and better. And I'm very, very excited about the future of football in St. Lucia.
All right, Mr. Minister, can you just now assist us with the medal presentation to the first placed VIEUX South team, a guard of honor being made there. Very classy from the guys from South Castries, a guard of honor being made for the guys from VIEUX South. Consider all came on in champions. This is the inaugural Semi-Pro Football League, and of course, the guys from VIEUX South gaining promotion to Tier 1, along with being known as champions. Of course, the player of the finals, and Javik McFarlane and Jamil Joseph being awarded with their championship prize money for Tier 2.
Captain.
And of course, VIEUX South being awarded the championship trophy. Absolute pandemonium here at the Dennery playing field. The lads from VIEUX South celebrating their championship trophy.